of the game is denying their phoenixes and their creatures in general. Okay, so I haven't been mulliganing much, but this is like a pretty obvious one. Okay, now this is a little less obvious. I think I might want to still. So like, if I get lucky from here, then the curve out will be like turn 1 scout, turn 2 voice, and then what? Then I like still need to draw even more lands, and this is a 21 land deck. Yeah, just deal me a new hand. This is terrible. Okay, so the way this hand plays out is like, so I put back the forest and the mana confluence. So if I draw like a bunch of fast lands, am I upset? Do I need, like, is there a reason? Yeah, I don't want the fast lands in my deck because I'm going to shuffle. So, so I'm going to keep like this. And then probably lose because it sucks to multi 5, but we'll see. If I still win, this is fucking overpowered. I do like that this is a mana dork that if they do the usual thing, which is to bolt the bird, I actually leave something behind, which is kind of wild when you think about it. Okay, so Voice of Resurgence to protect my combo. Yeah, their counters do not deal with that. So, on the other hand, if I just played Amalia, that could be like just kind of what they're hoping I would do. But I don't think they could possibly be happy about this. This is a pretty good flip. So they took Fire Impulse. Okay. I guess I'll just commit that to memory. Like, this is really weird. Okay, so I have 4 for Court of Calling. If I need to draw a land, that's a good trade for me, that's for sure. Voice of Resurgence, holy shit. Okay, so my opponent is just as, like, they're still a card up, but they, oh, I think now actually I'm the one who's doing better. So if I just play out, then I get wiped. And the elemental token dies next. So I don't think I want to do that. Instead, I could Court of Calling at end step. So then I'm finding probably Amalia. No, I'm finding a soul. So I left one. Did I leave one Prosperous Innkeeper? Oh, I guess it's not where to look for that. Did I leave one Prosperous Innkeeper? I boarded them all out. Okay, I boarded them all out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I need to cord and do it for Amalia, do it for Dina. Oh boy. Okay, this deck is kind of hard. Cord for just one, getting Lunarch Veteran because that's what I have left, unfortunately. Then I go off. Yeah, Phoenix can't kill me once I go off. Like, that's worth something too. Okay, then I'm attacking, but then if I do that, then one removal spell takes it all away, and then I'm left with this shitty Lunarch Veteran. That does not sound right to me. I think I'm gonna say go. I can still get Lunar Veteran if my opponent taps out. Like, I won't have used my resources efficiently, but I also won't give a shit when my opponent's dead. Maybe it was a bit too timid to assume that my opponent would rip a red source right off the top and have Brotherhood's End already ready. But I think that with me top decking this land, I was enough ahead that I needed to think about even such scenarios as that one. Okay, so cast it right now. If it gets spell pierced, then I don't care what I get. If I cast it for 1, my opponent may be tempted not to spell pierce it if they have the treasure cruise. So I will let them see if they're gonna make that mistake. Currently 1. Wait, in that case, well, I already revealed I had this, but I probably should have said okay and then just done this right at my end step. Oh, wait, no, this is stupid because I don't have enough mana next turn. Okay, so I fucked this up pretty good. I think I was supposed to do it for 2, in which case it's right now that I do it. Okay, wow. Not my brightest moment. I mean, it's okay. I did predict this part, but it's not exactly that important. Now, I have to draw a land to win. But I'm allowed to get it off of the Amalia Explorer. So that's something. Perhaps this is still the right play, but obviously I shouldn't be surprised by stuff working exactly the way it says on the cards. Like, that's really stupid. Land, please. Okay, so yes, because I'm gonna explore again. Wait, maybe that should have been a no, but yeah, it probably should have been a no actually, because then this can actually survive the mass removal. Well, either way, let's say that I want that, so no. Oh, actually, probably should have said yes there. God damn it, this deck is hard. Because, if my opponent has, red source off the top plus pre-existing Brotherhood's End, then, I'm left with just the Amalia. Then, by putting Cord there, it stops me from drawing an untapped land so that I can kill them right away. So if they can't remove really everything, then at this point they're probably thinking about like staying back to block, but it's too late. Oh, okay. Well, they're dead. So now, was this game 1 or game 2? I already forgot. This is game 1, right? I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, I believe F16 here is safe. So, do I put that in the graveyard? I'm just gonna say no, 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 no. Because they're dead on board. Oh wait, no, I have this, so it must be game 2. I'm so like wrapped up in thinking about shit that... Alright, that was fun. That's pretty interesting that this actually is good against Phoenix. I did not know that. I kind of expected... what is going on here? Did something disconnect my stream? Oh god. No. Kahira. Okay. Kahira, so time to lose. Okay. I mean, I've got the blueprints for my opponent's deck, but I don't have the blueprints for my own deck. Like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. This is not the kind of hand that's gonna get there. Like... Right? Because... this is just like dirtily creatures. What would it take for me to win? If I draw Amalia off the top, even then, I don't have a cheap trigger. Well, no. I have the Scout. So this is like, I really hope I draw into Amalia, and even then I probably lose. Okay, what kind of 5 would I hope for? 2 lands, and all 3 combo pieces. Yeah, that's what I want. Request not granted, but I think this is actually better than the 6 anyway. Unfortunately, it's the Wild Growth Walker that I naturally drew, not the Amalia, which makes it complicated to kill my opponent on time. Okay, so if I play out everything, the Innkeeper and the Goose, then I'm gonna have 3 mana in play plus 3 creatures to tap. I could then play Wild Growth Walker and Convoke into Amalia. No. So what I would then want to do is, okay, so I'm trying to decide if I need to play the Goose this turn, is basically what this math is about. And I think, because if I don't play the Goose, then I'm going to have 3 mana plus 2 creatures. Instead of, so then I have to use my treasure to play the Court of Calling at the end of next turn. I don't want to do that, and I don't think I can beat a temporary lockdown. Okay, so I am playing the Goose, and so then I'm playing the Goose second. And I'm going to do it with the food, because this Goose is going to be on Convoke duty. As a blue-white player, I imagine that my opponent's either fucking pissed that they don't have a temporary lockdown, or they're salivating over their keyboard right now. Interesting. So, I did not get Adina, Amalia, or, yeah, any of those, or a Court of Calling. So I do not have an instant kill. So will I be satisfied to just draw a bunch of lands and put on top, like, that reanimation spell? Because otherwise, now knowing I've drawn the land, I can attack here. I can play... Actually, no, I wouldn't attack because I'd want to play around... Yeah, I don't want to play into a counter on turn 3. That's usually when they want me to do it. And they didn't grab Kahira. So that's interesting. So they probably have a counter, and if I wait, so I guess this is where actually using the Um, there's no way... No, I can make 5 mana. So if they wrath me, then I can still play. I don't want to attack because if they don't wrath me, then I want to play around make disappear. I don't think playing into a counter here makes much sense. Okay, so I get Amalia, and then I don't really care if I pay 3 or 2, so I want the one that's like better if... Yeah. I didn't want to play this into Wrath, but I see that I've been punished for that. I believe I made the right decision. Alright, at this point, I'm just going to play out. Actually, the food is probably more valuable, right? Yeah. Now playing from this side, I feel even more heavily how atrocious this matchup is. And my opponent didn't even have the good cards. Like, if my opponent had the good cards, all these creatures would move from here to here. So, I don't think I care about my food production. I don't think I care if my opponent wants to spend 3 mana to block. So, I want to keep the land in my hand in case they activate Gyre Reach Sanitarium. Okay. Keep that in my hand too, in case they activate it again. Or in case they, I don't know, hardcast Shark Typhoon. So if they play Temporary Lockdown, then I guess I'll make a bunch of food and gain a bunch of life. It is kind of comforting to Like, even though I'm losing this really bad, probably, it's kind of comforting to see my opponent with this kind of dysfunctional draw. I mean, they're playing the game and they're actually discarding like pretty good cards. But I mean dysfunctional as in like Wrath would be expected here and then they don't have it. Like, good to see that this happens to other people too. Will I play land? Well, I wouldn't play the Boseiju, so like, I guess I won't play any land at all. Well, wait. I actually think... Yeah, I wouldn't play the Boseiju because this might trip out my opponent when they try to block with their Restless Anchorage. And I would want to discard the Blooming Marsh. I don't think I have a hope for if my opponent draws a Wrath, so I'm just assuming that's not coming. So then in that case, I have 5 mana with respect to that assumption. Unfortunately, because of my earlier choice with the Court of Calling, I don't have an Amalia to get. Perhaps I should have just accepted that I'd be playing it into Wrath. And just resolved Chord while I could. My opponent discarded Marches though, so they could have just exiled the Amalia if I played that way. So getting an Amalia out isn't just like some sort of GG. I think because I have this, I'll play land. Oh, I should have played it untapped or whatever, I guess. Actually, because this gives them a land, I actually have to let them block. Okay. That was whatever. It's right to get the land first, right? Here it is, farewell, back to normal. Oh. Oh, wow, this is a real throwback. I'm like rooting for the other player to farewell because to me this looks so gross. Like, this has been here for so long. And it's just like, this should not be here right now. Unless they literally don't play Wraths, then I guess that's their fault. So probably want to try to get this over the hump as far as anchorages. Put what real card? Okay, why did that just close itself? Put that in the graveyard? I think I would like to have 2 chances at that, so no thanks. Oh, actually, if the opponent has a Field of Ruin, I will wish that I put it in my graveyard. That's interesting. Okay. Damn, just as I was thinking, like, oh, huh, I have a chance this game. Because their deck refused to call up Supreme Verdict for like a fucking hour. I'm gonna eat a food. Okay. I no longer feel sorry for this player because they played that. What the fuck is that? Wait, so if you have like multiple approaches and you just like draw the approaches in sequence, it's also lethal. Okay, so I think I haven't been counting, but I think I'm dead next turn. So I need to get a land off the top? No, that doesn't even work. I need to... No, I can't shuffle my opponent's deck. So I lose to the matchup that I'm supposed to lose to. So, like, I guess I can go off, but it's just going to be a waste of time, right? So I'm just going to concede. Wait, no. Was it one card away or two? Well, even if it's one, they have a pop quiz, right? So... Oh, and they can activate Narset. Okay, yeah, G. I almost don't even want to play game 2. Well, not almost. I don't. Alright. I'm gonna get fucked up again. This is like some serious masochism to come back to game 2. What is the weight? Who has priority? I kept... Oh, okay, they're deciding if they keep. Okay. So the bat's the trigger. So maybe because blue-white, as I so well know, is extremely prone to having issues, let's say, perhaps I can stunt their development in this way and take a game off them. Okay, so you have lay down arms with 1 planes, so you can target the dog. You have Stone Brain. So if you play Stone Brain, So you play Stonebrain right now. I play Amalia. Then you untap, draw a land, and you take away this, and then you activate Stonebrain, and you kill Amalia, so that land has to be of plains. Do I care about Stonebrain? None of the removals do a very good job of targeting Bat, is what I see right now. Lay Down Arms targets the dog, but I don't care about the dog because all of this removal is exile. I don't care about Stonebrain. I think... So my opponent's having some trouble with their mana development. Censor cycles and casts more cheaply, and Censor is quite effective against me right now. I think the pick has to be Censor. If my opponent wants to dig for lands, they will have to take their whole turn to do so. And if they do play the Stonebrain instead, they're at serious risk for missing their next land drop. And I will still get one Amalia out. So I think maybe the most important consideration is they can't censor me right now, because I'm going to play Amalia this turn and get an Explorer trigger off of it. And this Amalia was late, too, because I had to play the Bat first. So it makes me wonder if Stonebrain is good on the draw. Not sure. Oh, because they can still hit Wild Growth Walker. Right, I remember that. That's okay. They are going to have problems. So I'm going to win hoping they have problems, I guess. Feels dirty as fuck, but seems only fair. What goes around comes around. I think with this board I'm presenting, they are not allowed to spend a turn missing their land drop and then naming Wild Growth Walker. So, do I want 3 life, or do I want to make something indestructible? I probably want this card in my graveyard, so I'll make something indestructible. Okay. Luckily I have 2, so that's good. That board is so gratuitous, I don't know why it exists. So you exile March to March me, okay. Really glad I took the Censor. That was really good. And probably because I played that deck so much. So we have 2 cards I don't know about. Okay, that's a nice draw. So it'd have to be land off the top, and then one of the 2 is a temporary lockdown, and then in that case it locks down the Stonebrain too. Okay, land off the top, that's step 1. Now I'm getting Stonebrain for the rest of my Amalias, I guess. Yeah. Hold on, be right back. I do not understand why blue-white has this tech, because this is already such a good matchup as Game 1 kind of showed. I would like it if my game didn't just randomly freeze up for no fucking reason when I'm trying to play. Oh, I just received my prize. Thanks for nothing. Oh, I guess not nothing. It just took a while to display. How can I please play? Holy shit, it's laggy. So I can't find Amalia. Is there a reason to Coco now? The reason would be so it resolves, right? So I'll just do it right now. I'll take the 2 best creatures, thank you very much. So now, even if they have it, the Supreme Verdict that is, I will have a bash for 3 to 4 damage. Okay. Can't do anything about that. So, do I want to play the other Wild Growth Walker? Probably not, right? Actually, now that I've drawn this, so come across for 3, I might need the other Wild Growth Walker to make it lethal in case you don't have a Wrath. And then, versus like say a Wandering Emperor. Yeah, so that's actually required. This forces them, if they want to interrupt the Explorer, to kill the least useful creature of all. I want to put this in my graveyard. And then I want to attack for lethal. It is so refreshing to be on the other side of like such a ridiculous stumble from blue-white control. This is why I am so suspicious of playing that deck. Like this matchup should be like Amalia doesn't even show up. But if they don't draw lands, then this kind of stuff can happen. And that just happens so much with that deck. It is so refreshing that I cheesed a match off of them. Like, it's so reassuring, like, okay, I didn't do something wrong. Like, I keep gaslighting myself, like, how could I lose as blue-white control against, like, these decks that are supposed to be good matchups? And then to see, finally, someone else stumble in the same way. It's, like, such a load off my shoulders. Even though I'm still overwhelmingly likely to not win the match, but that's... Oh, that's so nice to see. I mean, I feel for the guy, or the girl, or whoever. Okay, I think this is mulligan, even though this is a nice threat. This is a nice threat, and I have ways to get it back. Yeah, maybe it's a keep. It's a keep with, I hope I draw something, but I don't think that should be too much to ask. Blue-white control can be a little bit about resource management, so like, maybe that consideration pushes this into keep territory. I mean, I sure hope so, because I kept it. Okay, so already we're doing that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it certainly is more threatening when you're on the play, but I also just feel like, I mean, I guess what it does in this particular case is if my opponent has another ridiculous stumble game, I'm not going to win. So it's kind of nice to have that insurance, like, I don't need my lands to work out as long as I'm on the play with a Stone Brain. Alright, let's go, baby. This is like almost concede level right now. But I'll see if they have like maybe nothing, and then I get in for 3 over 7 turns. So it'll be 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 times 6 equals 20. GG. This is super useful data though, like knowing, because I'm a big like blue-white, like I really had a lot of faith in that deck until I started playing it a lot in Pioneer. So yeah, I just think that it should be beating like everything, and then it doesn't. So it's so useful to see what it didn't, because Daniel Weezer and Johnny Gutman had good results with it recently. I started to gaslight myself, like, oh, it must be that I did something wrong. And I mean, I'm not gonna negate that just because some random player beat me with it, or beat me on the other way around. Actually, that should be more convincing, right? Like, let's see. So, I mean, I guess I'll cast that. Because why the fuck not? They're not very adept at removing artifacts. So like, if my opponent, I don't know, like goes super slowly, maybe I food myself up to... I mean, that's just stupid. That's never happening, right? Like, my opponent will die to 3 damage before I food myself up to 50. But so long as the goose lives, I should be using it to create food. Don't think I want to cast Return to the ranks for 0, just to, like, get up. Gotta love this lay down arms here. I don't know if my opponent has enough. Like, they have the anchorages and all of these in their deck. Alright, give me that food, baby. I'm gonna bring back all this stuff. Oh, maybe, I guess I'm not, because I decided not to represent anything. Okay. Because they wanted to do that. Makes sense, I guess. I mean, you don't have a counter in that case, then don't represent it. Like, do the thing that actually you can do. Wild Growth Walker is probably better. Fine. I won't try to goose myself. I think that's a pipe dream anyway. So this is like if my top deck Sea Note Scout or Sentinel of the Lost City, then I might start approaching 50 life. Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. But all those +3 life may come back to bite you. That'd be really interesting. But they're gonna start attacking me, which sucks. I think I would actually put 2 Wild Growth Walkers in front of that. Depending on what I see, of course. March and Approach. Okay, so Approach is kind of dangerous, but then if I don't take March, then my bat's getting marched. I think they should have marched the bat. Okay. Wait. Whoa, wait. I do want to cast the... Yeah, I think I actually want to cast the Return to the Brinks, because that gains me 2 life. I don't think I have enough time, actually, to play all of this. So I think I'm actually going to do it as silly as this looks. And then I'm going to do it without tapping any creatures, so that this way there's no Wandering Emperor stuff to think about. I don't think I'm getting in any more damage through all this right here, so so it's just about blocking and then going up to 50. I've got 9 right here, 38. Yeah, okay, approach. I mean, if my opponent loses, it's because their win condition was approach. Sentinel of the Nameless City, holy shit. Okay. Alright. I think it matters how I pay very much. I might cast the Return to Ranks for 0, actually. This lets me lifelink a little extra. This is my graveyard. No. So do I return for 0? No, because if my opponent wraths, then I want to be able to return. So do I attack here? Does that help at all? Like, I want to make sure that I don't take damage, though. Right? Go to 38. I think this is the best attack. So do I want to cast Return to the Ranks to gain 2? Probably not. I'll just eat a food instead. So that eat 2 foods basically. Go up to 41, 43 off the swing, 49 off the scout, and then eat the last food. That's GG. This is actually too late unless it's Wrath. Wrath would suck. I would be quite unhappy with that. So eat a food is 41. My opponent might be able to march the bat, I guess. 41. Eat the other food is 44. Go to 50. That's not enough. So I have to explore. Oh wait, it's 51 because I get 1 more off the Aetherflux Reservoir. is so dumb. This is so unbelievably fucking stupid. Wait, no, it's like... do I want to put this in my graveyard? No. Actually, yes. Yes, I do. GG. GG. I would be so unbelievably salty right now. Like, yeah, you deserve to be punished for playing the worst win condition, but this is not expected value. This can't be right. Like, I don't think playing approach the second sun justifies what just happened. Like, that's not. Yeah, I guess the lesson is to stick to tried and true. Hold on, be right back. Alright, well I have to say that the deck is carried because I think I've been analytical, but it's just unfathomable that my first run with such a complicated deck, I would play anything close to perfectly, so I don't think I have. And then still doing okay, so if I mastered this, this could be a real choice. Because I would think that my opponents are probably playing better against me. Or at least, that should be true. I'm not sure if it is. I gotta do this again, and this time against a pro. I'm not keeping this. So, do I want to just have bottom of land? No. If he plays like I do, then he's going to want to remove the Amalia, because Amalia is the only creature in play that, like, other than Dina, if there's no Amalia in play, then you can't die. Which is why Dina is so important, but Dina is only a one of. So that means when there's Amalia out, blue-white puts everything down to get rid of it. Going back to the last match, I think that my opponent should have traded out their Kahira for one of my Wild Growth Walkers. I thought that trade was available for one turn when it was a 3-2 versus 2-1-3s. I guess they were thinking maybe that if they make that trade, then it unlocks me attacking on the ground again. And perhaps they only freshly top-decked the approach, so they didn't know that there was like a timer over my head. That would be a faster clock than than like getting in with an extra 1/3. I can't believe I got 5 chests for my absolute trash performance today. That's like, I didn't even win more than I lost, and I still finished in the money. That's kind of silly. I think I'm not going to play Sack because I've drained myself thinking about this. So maybe I'll make another stream for Sack. No representing. I guess Logan Nettles doesn't know what I'm playing because this isn't the normal deck that I would be playing. So maybe that's why they're not like, I don't know, their life kind of, his life kind of matters too, so I guess if you don't have the counter, don't represent it then. So then to me that says doesn't have the counter, not for 2 mana, but for 3 maybe. Didn't grab the companion, so likely means absorb. So am I going to respect that shock? Let's see what happens here. So I don't care about my life total. So this could also be shock for a quick study. Yeah, I think that making inefficient use of my mana when I'm choked on lands like this is not a good idea. I'm just gonna play it. If you have the absorb, then fuck me. Yep. Absorb is hard to cast, so don't go thinking like, well, you have to have something absorbed. No, it's actually very difficult for blue-white to line that up. So that is not the case. And that is why I paid serious attention to whether I could blank the card by having it, by like playing inconveniently. But I judged that in that particular case, I had to go with it. Rewind? If this is rewind, I'm fucked. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Why now? I wasn't about to gain life. Okay, well, thanks to having that information ahead of the time that I should have, I will do this and then hopefully explore my 4th land. Perfect. So, I do have the combo. And I have the ability to stop my opponent from destroying a permanent. So let's go off. And then, if given the choice, okay, let's go off. I guess I could have spent more time to think about should I go off via Court of Calling, but that's like Dovin's veto. Okay, good thing I didn't, I guess. Okay, so this is forcing me to get the dog first if I want to. But if I go to get the dog, then my opponent's just gonna destroy in response. But it's gonna give me 2 maps. So I do think I want to go get the dog. Wait, but then this makes it so that I don't kill my opponent. I think I'm much more interested in maximizing what happens if I'm interrupted. And then, yeah. So at this point, if my opponent has allowed this, that's very interesting. Put this into my graveyard. Yeah, I guess probably want to do that, right? Why doesn't it respond to that? I used the keyboard. So now, okay, so my opponent didn't have the answer, so I just gave up a chance to kill them. Okay. So I can draw if I want to now. I don't think I do. I think this game is like actually looking pretty good for me. Especially if I manage to find the return to the ranks. What's the power toughness here? 14. Am I actually going to not find it? This is kind of ridiculous. Okay, so I need to slow down now because I do want to give the Innkeeper indestructible. Okay, so put this in graveyard. No. What's the power toughness here? 15. $16. $17. $18. $19. I should have waited one step later, actually. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna play this and then pass. So my opponent claimed with their plays that they were unable to remove an Amalia last turn because they should have known, I imagine they do know, that the corridors are representing the dog. So my opponent might have been hoping to, well, no, they were proposing to get a hollowed Moonlight into effect, so their out wasn't Shark Typhoon either. So perhaps they were able to remove it, but then upon seeing that I couldn't kill them with it, they didn't feel incentivized to do it. They wanted to see the dog and the wild growth walker off the table. But I can't imagine what their plan is, because did I find Dina amidst this mess? No. So if they have a Wrath, then I'm 1 mana short from punishing their tap out and then getting the whole combo plus Dina. Oh wait, no, I'm not 1 mana short, because one of these is the Prosperous Innkeeper. So I win, unless they have Wrath plus Make Disappear, or this plus Make Disappear. Okay, I guess they have they have the counter. That's too bad. Perhaps I played too conservatively, but I am able to get rid of that. Oh, I should have played a land untapped so I could Boseiju that. Okay, I see. Okay, lesson learned. I forgot that was 1 cheaper. Shit. I mean, shit, that might have just cost me a game. So get back. I think I just play now. Untapped land pass. Untapped land. Prosperous Innkeeper. Court of Calling. I go off at their end step, and then I go off once more on my turn, if necessary. Oh man, okay. Okay, that's kind of gross. The fact that I had even a chance to, like, win this way, and then I didn't see it. My inexperience is probably very evident to my opponent right now. Alright, well, we're about to find out if my opponent really, had counters. What's this? Another return to the ranks? No, I think I'll keep that, thank you very much. Now that I know that's there, I'm just not going to do anything. Oh, okay, so I'm not going to be drawing the return from the ranks. That's annoying. Right, I forgot about that. Court of Calling for Dina. Then... No. This is time to play Court of Calling. No. It's actually like this. I need to back out of this, and then float green. Oh man, this is fun. Like having to figure all this out. G, 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 1, 2. Any reason to make it a extraction specialist instead? No, right? Because it's just all gonna die. So 2. So this resolves I'm attacking for lethal. Okay, it doesn't resolve. I don't know that I want to play this into Make Disappear, though. So I could play Dina. What? Oh. So it's like lethal if it resolves, but my opponent's been playing like they have another counter because... Or they don't have any removal. I think I'm willing to be a little bit safer here. I'm actually able to sack the... Sure. If there's like a lockdown or something, no, sacrifice another creature. That's unfortunate. Okay. I mean, I really do wonder if my opponent has anything at all, but... Okay, so I guess the plan is to attack, play a bunch of Lunarch Veterans from my graveyard. Let's do that. Under some ideal conditions. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So it's no longer lethal to just play a bunch of Lunarch Veterans. Now, Return to the Ranks can be countered. That's okay, I don't care. These are still only good right now. Senate Scout, yes. Actually, wait, probably shouldn't have. Okay, so now if I sacrifice, because this is 7, I think I want to play one more Scout here. Okay. I can attack for 9, and it deals... I could now play Return to the Ranks to kill my opponent. I'm going to sacrifice this, and then you... So then you take 8, 9, 10. Oh, if I kept the goose, this is lethal. God damn it. Okay, if I get one more non-land, then... what is it? I'll keep it. What? No, I thought yes meant, okay. God, I'm stupid. Okay. That was fucking troll. Troll as hell. These options are so stupid. Like, they're all over the place. Oh man, this is so much fun. Out with the perilous. Now, last time I was regretful that I didn't have one, right? Because sometimes it's nice to have one instead of maybe one of these or something. I don't know. And then I didn't like. What was bad? What did I not? What did I board out? I forgot already. I think Selfless Savior is actually quite good. I didn't board out Goose. Goose is fine. Did I board out even more Soul Sisters? Do I just want one of each Soul Sister? I think that makes some sense, actually. Maximum tutor flexibility. I think that's a little too easy to deal with. I think a player as good as Logan Nettles is going to know to sequence basics last. Okay, I'm using more brain power than I used the entire blue-white control tournament today to play this deck. This will have to be a keep, because it's a resource battle, and this is functional. We'll play the Overgrown Tomb first, I guess. Okay. Not holding up the Boseiju made that last one go like 5 minutes longer. That's the kind of stuff that, if not for the fact that I'm so absorbed in playing this deck, like it's so engrossing, it takes so much thinking. If not for that fact, then I would hope that I would remember Temporary Lockdown, you know, the card from my deck. I think it's got to be Bat First, because Bat First is also nice into Amalia, even though I drew the second one, which made that like a little bit not sure. Holding up another sensor. I'll make them have it anyway. Because this is like, there's kind of an expiration date on this card. Like, once my opponent has a lot of mana, this isn't valuable, but right now it's like no memory deluge. Like, I'm actually stunting Logan's normal development. with this card, most likely. No Wandering Emperor. And obviously no Supreme Verdict, but I don't think Logan would play Supreme Verdict even if it cost 4. Okay. Understanding that that chokes me for white. Very good. I'm still satisfied with my choice of which white card to play. Okay, so this is a bit awkward, but yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'll probably go get Voice of Resurgence at their end step. Might want a white creature, which Voice of Resurgence is, because it unlocks casting Return to the Ranks. I will actually resolve a Court of Calling during my end step. That's... I think Logan realized that that is a possibility. And it also looks like it could be, whoops. Collected Company. Okay, so I'm just gonna go find like a goose or something. Actually, what do I want to find? I don't think I want to find anything. I think everything is a good draw, except for the Xenon Scout. Alright, time to get blown out. If I get Wrath, probably just concede to save time. Problem is, very few of my white sources enter untapped. And Logan already has one field already right there. So there it is, use the field. And then that's actually going to be like a full-on Stone Rain. I'm going to F6 even though it loses value to Coco. That was very heads up to notice that among my mana base, which most players probably would ignore, that I don't have anything for white. I think it's Scoop O'Clock. Just wanted to make sure I had enough time for this one. I think I'm going to keep this, but I think I'm headed towards learning a lesson for doing so. Because my thinking is the current iteration of the deck has, for some ungodly reason, 21 lands. So there's not that many left to draw. Like, that's how little there is. I'm not going to play the Scout because a treasure is like no more censoring me. And so it's really annoying for blue-white. And you have mana problems? What's going on there? Do you have like Containment Priest or something? Like, do I need to be worried about that? I guess not. I was like legit worried about that because I've done that to people. Like people like show no respect and then I go like Containment Priest GG. Why did he keep? I mean, again, I'm so familiar with this, but why? And that's all I'm extending. I only extended that one because it's synergy. So if you do have a Wrath later, I would like to have that, yes. So thank you. I don't really care about having more lands. I just want to maximize my mana output here. Opponent might be thinking here about like whether they need to go mad pitching a bunch of cards for March, but then it wouldn't make sense to let me attack, so maybe they're just stunned at how unlucky they are. Because this is like pretty unlucky. Like, I have plenty of explorers, so I don't think I need to, like, put return to the ranks to the graveyard just so that I can find a land. Like, that's completely unnecessary. You know, maybe I should have put the buffs on here for that reason, right there. Maybe I should have. But I was thinking, like, I don't want to have one juicy target. I'd rather require, like, the super specialized card. If it's going to be, like, kind of a good situation for my opponent. Because otherwise, like, a single target removal is... And then they would even, like, do it in response to me exploring. So no, I think I actually made the right play. And I think I'll do it again. Okay. Goose. Opponent needs like another land. Like, this is how hopeless I feel sometimes as blue-white control. It's like, okay, I got one land, so I can play now, but then I need another land to keep on playing. Logan Nettles must have been given a hand, so I can expect that if he hits his land drops, he's going to play the absolute best spells, because Castle Ardenvale Field of Ruin is about the most dysfunctional two lands I can think of. There's no blue, the Castle Ardenvale comes into play tapped, and then there's not even like, you can't even activate the field. So Logan would not keep this unless drawing a Hollowed Fountain unleashes like the best 3-mana spell, which it did, and then I'm also supposing that drawing like another colored land would unleash Supreme Verdict. There's just no way it's like anything less than that. Another temporary lockdown. I don't think my ones really mattered that much right now. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I don't gain life. So there's no reason to do it right now. Might as well attack with the Sentinel first. And then hold up Takenuma in case I get Wrath or something. Put that in my graveyard. So if I get Wrath, yeah, why would Logan keep this? Must be because there's Wrath. There were plenty of chances to use spot removal, and he didn't choose to do it. I'm gonna put this in the graveyard. Because I decided I wasn't gonna play Amalia, and so then if I'm not playing Amalia, I don't want to draw that. I want to activate Takenuma, which I could still do if I played Amalia, but I'm reading what it means for Logan to have kept this hand, and it doesn't look like it's right to me to Okay, so I played the Forest, and that's why Logan was bald enough to do this. Actually, I guess I could just do Talking to Me right now because I know I have nothing. Okay, so good thing I put that in the graveyard because it turns out I was gonna hit all this shit. So I actually could go off right now. It would destroy everything and leave me with a 20/20 that my opponent cannot target. I think I like that. I have to do it kind of quickly though. Oh, whoops, I meant to put that in the graveyard. Fuck. Okay, it's not accepting my keyboard inputs, so I guess I'll do it from the mouse. Yes. 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 Because I want to find Dina. I just want to find Dina. Like, I'll... Okay, that's actually helpful because my opponent's going to be, like, a really low life total. Okay, that's acceptable. Because that's actually, like, the same thing as Dina kills my opponent. meant to play the thicket. I don't know. I must have misclicked. I don't think it matters though. Opponent has to deal with this, and then when they're tapped out, I'll just, yeah. Woo! Stole the match! That's not right. That's not right. I must have gotten so lucky, like even more than, I obviously saw that my opponent stumbled, but winning game 1 too, or whichever one it was I won, I forgot already. That's the wrong result. Okay, well, I'm exhausted, and I think I must have gotten lucky as fuck, so I'm gonna stop.